Hey everyone, this is Cecilia D'Anastasia with Kotaku. I'm here with Heather Alexandra.
Hello, world. How are you?
So, we want to stream Overwatch's latest hero, the 28th hero, in this game. Heather,
Yes.
I take Overwatch pretty seriously.
Do you?
I do. In fact, I'm wearing a blazer right now while we're streaming this. You guys can't see it, but I'm wearing a blazer right now. You know, I like Reaper.
You're looking very professional.
Thank you. I like Reaper. He's very serious. Soldier 76, very serious. Diva's very serious in her own way.
Yes.
What do you think about Hammy the hamster?
Okay, so we were I was letting you build to it. I was just going to be like, I'm going to let her vamp and get to it. So we are both very perplexed by this. I think it's safe to say. We don't know. Like, this is not what we were expecting.
No.
We were expecting maybe if it was going to be Hammond, it would be like another monkey, like an evil Winston.
Yes.
Or maybe it would be like an entirely different tease altogether. Or like a person. Could be like a person.
Human.
And not a hamster. We're
It's a hamster.
It's
just a hamster.
We are very much messed up and surprised.
Yeah.
So
I'm a little surprised. And I don't know how to put this.
it's okay. B.
Thinks I hate it might.
You think?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So I need to see this thing in action to make a judgment. You say you think you hate it. I want to know a little bit more. Can you? So like, how do we want to do this? Do we want to go into a match? Do we want to do a training thing to show off abilities? What do you think is good?
Yeah. So I think what we'll do is we'll go into a practice range. I'll show you guys some of the abilities of Wrecking Ball.
Wrecking Ball. I'm not going to call him that.
I'm not going to call him
He's
that.
Hammond. He's
Hammy.
Hammond, the wonderful hamster.
Hammy for short. I'll show you guys the abilities of Wrecking Ball / Hammond / Hammy / whatever we want to call this adorable abomination. Then we'll go into the practice range, try them out a little bit, and then hopefully we can catch some.
We'll try and do
games.
some matches.
Yeah.
Private or
We
quick
hope
play
will
or
work.
whatever. So you can show off the skills. People in chat, if you have questions about anything that Cecilia can help you with, let me know. Or like just shout out and be like, I love hamsters, because there's got to be someone out there who does.
Did you ever have a hamster?
No, I had a cat.
I had a guinea pig.
I had a cat named Mac. And then
Mac.
I had
That's a cute cat.
I had a
name.
fish also named Robert Muldoon after the warden in Jurassic Park. So show me this.
Yeah, so let's go through Wrecking Ball's ability. So Wrecking Ball's a tank. Thank God. I was so looking forward to getting another tank because I do main tank. And it'll be interesting to see how these abilities do translate into a tank role. So Wrecking Ball has quad cannons, which are kind of like machine guns on top of its like hamstery mech. It's got a grappling claw that lets it kind of swing around a little bit and gain some momentum for when it's in its rolling state. So that's the L shift on PC. Wrecking Ball can transform into a hamster ball.
Into dare I say a wrecking ball.
Into
even.
a wrecking ball.
Into that. I've seen it. It rolls around. It's pretty wild. And then with the grappling claw, I mean, you'll show it, but like you can grapple onto buildings and swing and zoom around, and it's super cool.
It's a little buggy right now.
Ah.
It's a little buggy.
Yeah, Brigitte was fine at start too.
We also, the last two things are we have this like pile driver move where if you're in the air, you can kind of do this like body slam, very like Nintendo-esque almost. You kind of slam into the ground, you like do some damage, and you kind of launch the enemies backward. You have a shield that gives you like 700 total HP, which is so much HP.
The amount increases with more enemies nearby, it says.
Yeah.
So if you're in the thick of it, that can be really good.
That can be really good.
Hopefully.
And then the ultimate is so cool. This I'm not going to hate on.
I did see this earlier. Yeah. I do think this is cool.
It's really cool. So you deploy all of these like floating mines. They look really amazing when you're watching them. And they do a metric crap ton of damage.
So choke points like Hanamura or something are going to suck. Or like maybe guarding... Yeah. Like if I'm on King's Row and I want people to stay off that card, and I just drop a minefield. That seems pretty rad.
Oh yeah, I think the ultimate's totally rad.
Yeah, that's actually like a really cool idea for an ultimate.
So here is Hammy the Hamster in action. You can see these machine guns. Not super bad. They kind of feel a little bit like divas.
Yeah, they kind of have a decent range.
Do you hear that sound he makes?
When he punches?
Yeah. All right, so here's roly-poly mode. So you don't actually do
Can't do damage, though?
But one thing you can do in roly-poly mode is this. You can kind of grab onto something and launch yourself.
Right into the abyss.
I think I let my feelings get a hold of me.
You could
for a
grapple
second.
to like the corner of a building and do like a big old swing or whatever.
Big old swing. Let's see if I can show you guys a good spot for it. Oh yeah, let's just do it here.
Yeah, off to
Ready?
the side or like above. Yeah,
So you see how he turns all red like that?
So that's when you probably can do damage, huh?
That's when you can do damage, yeah. There's a bit of a cooldown on that. It's a little bit hard for me to get the hang of right now, so let's see.
I could see somebody who really works on this turning it
There you
into
go.
something kind of scary.
Yes. But I think that will take a little bit of work.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's not that easy to maneuver, but it's really fast, which I kind of dig.
He's controlling his robot using like a joystick and a trackpad.
Yeah, like hamsters would.
Of course.
Here's the other thing. Slam!
I'm actually into that. That's
Yeah,
actually really fun.
It's kind of cool.
I'm actually surprised it doesn't have like a little bit of bounce to it.
Me too. I think that would make it just slightly more satisfying. You know, I hate him, but I'm totally gonna play the crap out of it.
I mean, I'll mess around with it a bit. I mean, tanks aren't usually my role. If I do, it's like an off tank type of thing. I'm playing like a Zarya to support a Reinhardt or something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where Hammond will sort of fall into the new meta, right? Like, I mean, that's one of the most exciting things about a new character, but at the same time, I have no gosh darn clue.
I have no gosh darn clue. Are you ready for the ultimate?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, let's go. This rules.
So you should. Yeah, I saw this earlier, and it's just. I actually think
that
that's
rules.
super cool.
It's so cool.
I think that's really neat.
The animation's really nice on those when they kind of like lift up into the air.
Oh, somebody says, John Wright in chat says this guy is going to be a nightmare on Nepal. And I can see that.
Interesting.
Knocking people into the abyss.
Yeah.
Planting mines on the point.
There's definitely some boop potential, but I feel like it's almost a little bit more dangerous to boop with...
Well, I feel like you would swing and mess up and maybe launch yourself off. Oh, actually, I like that.
This is kind of fun.
Okay.
I won't lie, this is really fun.
Yeah, okay. I made like a goof noise where I was like, yeah. So I know that's kind of
At
cool.
least it's not this noise.
Someone, oh. Yeah, he's squeaking.
I hate it.
You don't like the squeak. Cecilia D'Anastasio hates cute things.
That's not true.
I know.
I like cats. I like...
It's just weird. It's very left field.
I just...
Although I think somebody on Reddit had kind of deciphered or had their own theory about like, hey, it's gonna be a hamster.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys want to hear the story
Which I
of
didn't
how...
read that. Yeah, so tell me about that, and then yeah, I think that'd be cool, and just keep
And
on
then we'll
going
get
and,
into a few
and then
games.
look at some matches. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is wild. On Horizon Lunar Colony, which was just updated, players noticed that there was an escapee. You know, it was Specimen 8 or something.
Yeah.
Winston, if you don't know, had escaped from Horizon Lunar Colony himself. So there was another escapee. People knew that there were other primates on Horizon Lunar Colony. And, oh man, it's just so much HP.
It is a lot right there.
Yeah, so people knew there were other escapees on Horizon Lunar Colony. They were like, probably they were primates, whatever.
Yeah, evil monkeys.
Evil monkeys, whatever. And then all of these clues were given, you know, indicating that the escapee lived in a cage and not a bed like Winston.
Okay.
Or indicating that it ate carrots, you know, and...
Evil rabbit.
Yeah, an evil rabbit,
Giant
right?
evil rabbit.
Sure, surely not a hamster.
Jetpack cat.
Jetpack cat, which, by the way, game director Jeff Kaplan said was too crazy for Overwatch. Look at it!
What the heck, Jeff?
Look at it!
Look at this. I actually have an ability question that somebody was asking that
Oh, let's
if I can
go.
interrupt for a second. Can you grapple to like a ceiling and swing vertically?
No,
So
no.
you can't do that. So you can't like set up and like. So you kind of you would still have to do like a little arc there to maybe do under the pass, but I can't just
you
shoot
imagine
straight.
how
You can't
fun
just
that would be?
shoot straight up and kind of wriggle around.
No, check this out.
That's weird.
See, it unhooks.
Oh, it even unhooks.
Yeah, it unhooks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's something that might change. That's pretty smooth.
Yeah. I don't know. The grappling hook's a little glitchy. But wait, I want to finish my story.
Yeah, keep it going. No, it was a good question. I was like, I don't know. So yeah, tell me more.
Yeah, I feel like this is really why this feels so wild. Because everyone thought this was a primate. There was a tease on Blizzard's social media with a picture of a monkey that said Horizon. Everyone was like, oh yeah, Hammond, the monkey. And then this morning, Blizzard was like, joke's on you guys because here's a hamster and a freaking mech.
It was to the point that I think we saw it and we were like, is this...
Are
they messing with us?
Yeah, because as journalists, it's like you publish things when you're sure they're true.
We want to know the truth.
Didn't feel believable.
Yeah, it was really bizarre. We were like, this can't be, like, they're clowning. And it turns out, no, they're not. Like, you can just play as a hamster in a mech.
Yep.
Something.
I wasn't sure. I emailed Blizzard. I was like, really, guys?
Some people are saying that you might be able to grapple a ceiling. I don't know. We'll have to play around. They say like maybe if you hold down the button or something. Who knows?
That just hasn't been my experience.
I would
love, if someone's had that experience, I would love to know how to do that.
Yeah, so I think some people are saying if you hold down the button instead of like after you shoot it and lock it in, like maybe that does it. But I don't know. We'll have to test that out.
Yeah, I'll definitely test that out more.
Because I am definitely curious to know like what are the sort of limitations or how much you can and can't do with this character. That's always one of the fun parts of a new character.
Yeah, he doesn't feel overpowered.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you get that vibe?
No, because I was telling you my big worry right now is that newer heroes have been so HP heavy that it's going to be harder for characters like earlier, heroes like, and maybe not just healers, but like example like Zenyatta or Ana or someone to really compete with somebody who can body so much damage. I don't know. I worry that we're going to eventually have so many heroes, because we're getting more and more that it's going to make some older ones just look like really unappealing.
You really think that?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's something that happens in a lot of hero-based games, right? Mostly like MOBAs or whatever, but... Oh, wow. I love that swing. This is... I will say this.
Wow, welcome to Overwatch, super Overwatch ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, at the very least, this is funny to see right now.
I can't believe it's Overwatch the first.
I think there's one behind you. That one person playing Pharah is like definitely testing to see how their main counters stuff.
Oh yeah.
They're like I can play.
Attack the proximity.
Oh nice, that's really good. Yeah, you can just kind of boop them up. Somebody says, could you grapple to an angle and hit people behind things? Maybe, yeah. I think you could. I mean, there's got to be a whole lot of different ways to use the wrecking ball, the grapple. Oh, it's kind of sad when you die, huh?
It makes kind of a sound. Yeah.
It makes like a little squeak sound.
I feel nothing. I feel nothing.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I mean, we are cynical people. No, we're not.
It's funny.
We love
get to
Overwatch.
The point really fast like that.
Yeah, you can kind of zoom around. There's going to be some cool movement stuff for sure. We're going to see some good stuff on highlight reel.
Oh yeah.
How does just like raw movement feel? Do they feel slow when they're outside of the ball?
In its mech, it feels like Diva.
Okay.
In fact, I've almost pushed my alternate ability button a few times, just like
shooting off missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious. What do people in chat think about Hammy the hamster?
Shout out. Like,
does he fit in?
Do you guys? How do you? That's actually. I think that's actually a good question, because I think there's a part of me that worries. Like, hey, this is the moment where this. Granted, there's already a talking monkey, but somehow this is the moment where it jumps the shark for me.
I feel that too. I feel that this is the moment the game just kind of. This is a completely different tone.
I love Overwatch. I really do. I have a Tracer action figure at my desk. Whoa, no!
Oh, this is an interesting question asked by some. Oh, I don't want to watch this again. Oh, no. Someone in Team Voice asked whether if you hack Hammy the hamster, it
must will it knock him out of the ball, right?
Well, because for Gite's...
Well, they just charged you with the shield and you got knocked out, or did you? Right?
No, I did not get knocked out.
Okay, so maybe that stays. There's going to be a big, what is it, your Overwatch, my Overwatch video
Oh my god, this
probably in
person's
the
just
next
swinging
handful
from
of
the
hours.
ceiling. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, that was rad.
Oh, I wonder. I think I know how they did that. Let's see if we can do that too.
Are you going to go up and kind of swing around?
Yeah. Okay, maybe this is cool actually. No, it didn't work.
I don't know. Some people are saying that they don't care as much because it's just kind of like a silly, fun game for them anyway.
What if instead of being a silly, fun game, it's very serious?
Somebody asks if Hero 29 is going to be a jumping shark. Which, at this point, I think anything's on the table. Look at this.
Can we just
fucking nonsense?
Look at this for a second.
Are you kidding me? Wow, that's bizarre. They were just chasing each other around. That's wild.
Am I dreaming?
I don't know. This could be all a lie. So wait then. So you're a big Roadhog person.
True.
How do you feel about having to go up against this with Roadhog? Do you feel it's going to be okay? Do you feel you're going to be annoyed, but like you won't miss hooks because it's you and you're great? But what if they're zooming around and that makes it a pain in the butt?
A lot of things make playing Roadhog a pain in the butt. Oh yeah, that felt fun.
Oh, that's actually really cool. Like every time I see it, it's really good. Look at that though, yeah. So they're just holding down the grapple and going around in a circle. That's actually a really smart way to kind of clear out the points a little.
Yeah, I think that's smart, but you don't... It's not super threatening.
Right. It's a good way to zone, right? I think that combined with the proximity mine ultimate creates like certain situations where this character can just sort of keep people off point or confined to certain areas.
Yeah, which is really fun. I really like area. I like the idea of area control in Overwatch. I don't think that Overwatch has done a super excellent job with it so far.
Right.
See my article, Junkrat sucks.
Junkrat, we all have strong Junkrat feelings. My feeling is, yeah, I'm not. He's a weird fellow. Somebody says that that the game's flagship character is a monkey that chases people with a Tesla coil, to which I say the game's flagship character is a very small gay girl.
Happy Pride, y'all!
Who's best friends with the talking monkey who chases people with a Tesla coil. Somebody's asking if you think this is more like an off tank or a main tank type of deal.
Oh, certainly off.
Probably off, yeah. Right?
I don't know. It has a lot of HP. I wonder if we can maybe move past the idea that...
Of off tank, main tank?
No. Just that main tanks like need to have shields. That feels really kind of arbitrary.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, for me, I definitely, if somebody was just like, hey, I'm going to tank this, and it was a solo tank and they pulled this out, as opposed to like Ryan or even D.Va, who can like Matrix or whatever, I'd be a little perplexed, I think. Maybe they make it work, but I don't know.
The mobility plus the tanking situation I think is really interesting, because a lot of tanks like D.Va are considered, initiators, right?
Yeah.
Which is really useful.
This could be a weird thing to put in someone's backline. Right? To just like zone areas and mess with them and be tanky enough that maybe it distracts them a bit. Like if somebody wants to, like maybe they don't feed in too much and they actually just try and C9 off of you or something. They're just like, we want the hamster.
Look at, these are so big that Soldier didn't even fit.
Yeah, he was floating in the air.
That's so funny.
They don't even fit on the roof.
What game is this?
Some people... Someone says, so when you give the community's nerf to Brigitte or Doomfist stun, they give you new maps and then just a fucking hamster.
Yeah, that's... So putting this in the context of what's been going on with Overwatch recently is really interesting, because earlier this week, Overwatch released what is, in my opinion... I think the best patch they've ever put in the game.
So you were telling me about this. So give me the rundown.
Yeah, so Overwatch overhauled its Oh, I don't want this. Oops.
No, that's fine. So they added a lot of good quality of life stuff, it sounds like.
Yeah, Overwatch overhauled its social system. And it introduced all of these features that intertwine perfectly to introduce a hierarchy of decency, of social skill, and kind of also tone down its hierarchy of skill. So now, if you haven't noticed already, people's career profiles are by default invisible if you're not already friends with them.
Right.
So someone can't just look at your profile and tell, I know you're gold, I know you're platinum, I know you're bronze. They can't tell what your mains are. They can't tell your Widowmaker's scoped accuracy, which is for better and for worse.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was always nice going into competitive, and sometimes if you were hashing out team comps to be like, oh, this person has 200 hours on
Right.
Pharah, so like
So
I'm
it
not
can
going to
be
be
used
that
for good.
person. Yeah.
It can also be used for evil.
Of course it can. The internet is a wild, wild place.
The biggest feature that was introduced earlier this week is an endorsement system,
Right.
which players can actually level up as teammates give you endorsements, good teamwork, good sportsmanship, and players receive experience in exchange for endorsing other players.
Oh, that's neat.
Now, how that affects who you group with, I think, is the most brilliant part of this. So Overwatch now introduced a system where you can join and create groups for comp, for quick play, whatever, and alongside allowing players to queue for specific roles, which I want to get to in a second, now Overwatch lets players assign a minimum endorsement level for teammates.
I like that. That's kind of interesting in
Yeah.
the sense that, like, I mean, it's different, but imagine that you could, if there were looser SR things and you wanted to be like, I want people within this SR, except this is an SR for you being a not crummy person.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And like the role queuing, I think is really great because first of all, it's not mandatory.
Role queuing was something that I've been personally desperate for.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think because
I love it.
I think of it from like that MMO background of, oh crap, I can hop into a match like if I want to. Maybe not now because she's not as good, but back when I was playing a lot of Mercy or whatever, if I was just like, hey, I want to practice Mercy matches or something, I could have used that as a tool to be like, oh, I want to go into a match as a healer, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, it's really, really neat, especially because people aren't going to get... Like, it also helps you queue with people who give a shit about... balanced teams, you know?
Right.
So, like, I won't have to be really upset if we don't have 2 tanks, 2 supports, 2 DPS, or whatever reasonable combination we're going to do of that.
Sure.
Because I have the option to queue with a team like that if I want to.
So I actually have a question then, thinking about this commendation sort of endorsement system is, can you only upvote or can you downvote people too?
You cannot downvote.
There you go. That was going to be, because I was like, if you can downvote too, I feel like people would kind of abuse that maybe.
Can I just do this around the payload?
Yeah, just hold on down and do a lot of it. Oh, actually, yeah, because you're just rolling with it, huh?
Yeah.
What an interesting way to maybe extend your time on the point.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, I wonder if the grappling hook counts.
If you're in a close enough proximity or maybe bumping into it occasionally, it could be fine. If you're maybe in overtime or something, and you're just swinging around like that, that could be a good way to do stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. This is so weird. I just feel like I've entered an alternate Overwatch.
It's definitely among the cartooniest things they've sold us on. But then again, I think the game's always had that Saturday morning G.I. Joe feel. So maybe they're just embracing some of that a little bit more. I don't know if it works, but maybe that was the idea.
Oh, yeah.
I do like robots. I do like mechs and other things.
I like mechs a lot, too, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but when Hammy the Hamster, aka Wrecking Ball, dies, he kind of explodes out of his mech like Diva, except it's less cool because he's a
tiny little thing. Somebody's playing Reaper right now.
I know, who does that?
Somebody who wants to be like, can I tank bust these people? Hardcore Reaper.
So
So there's a little bit of range to that. Yeah. I was surprised. So when you did that drop down there, I was actually surprised because you weren't like necessarily too close to them, but the shockwave still went out a pretty fair distance.
A pretty fair distance, yeah. It feels kind of Nintendo-esque.
Does Hammond talk at all, or is it just the machine that talks?
This is a good question. Hammond cannot speak English, Nepali. Hammond can't speak Spanish, Ancient Greek, Latin, or
He just squeaks.
he just squeaks.
But the robot is saying stuff.
But yeah, correct. So he has a mech.
Does he?
His mech talks.
Okay.
Does he? No need for your sarcasm here. It's very hard to talk and play Overwatch.
No, it's fun. You're doing good.
I'm doing all right. I really want to figure out how this grappling hook works.
I think the way that people are making it sounds like if you hold on to space, it'll keep you locked in, or excuse me, on to whatever the button is, and then like I think space button, I think some people were suggesting that jumping during it might disengage. I'm not entirely sure.
I was trying that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't quite working for me, although this person seems to be having a really fun experience.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about it yet either. Somebody says it looks like a robot from Incredibles, the first one. Whoa, that's actually pretty rad.
That was scary.
That's cool. That was actually really cool.
Yeah.
That's smart.
So I see why this person is playing Reaper on the enemy team. And it's because Reaper shreds this character.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of his main roles for DPS is
killing
definitely tank busting. Is
Oh, you
just
come back here,
just
Rolly
busting
guy.
in and hitting Winston or
I think I
hitting
didn't see
whoever.
you.
Like getting in there and like quickly demeching folks or whoever.
Oh my god, it's just so many of them.
There's a lot of stuff happening right now.
Yeah.
Some people are saying they're really eager to play Sombra and mess with him using those
Sombra's
hacks.
getting some big changes soon too.
So yeah, that would actually be pretty fun, especially at the start of things when Hammond goes live, because not everybody, cruises around on the PTR, so they won't know necessarily how everything works. So you could just show up with Sombra and like really mess with them.
That's true. I love new Sombra. It's actually, I used to play a fair amount of her, and her new incarnation is a little bit more difficult for me.
Oh no, I got you. New Sombra is interesting. The nerf to the med pack thing was definitely needed at the
Yes.
time.
Yeah,
which
and
is
the
nice.
and changing her bullet spread, I think, was really awesome.
Yeah, overall, I think it was a case of a change that I was pretty pleased with. Somebody's just asking about the abilities real quick. They can do they can roll around in a ball, they can do a grapple hook while in that ball to swing. They can do a butt slam, and then their ultimate places down proximity.
Yes. The butt slam is really fun. I haven't really experimented with that too much because it's better. I think that's going to be really helpful for initiating fights.
I wonder also too, that could be a case of where there's actual good booping potential, right? So like the bridge going into the center on that one map in Lijiang Tower or whatever.
Oh my god.
That could be really good.
Are you guys watching this? This guy is just swinging around in here.
Yeah, he's just going for it.
Get wrecked, hamster.
Is their weak spot him or not? Whoa.
Oh, the game crashed.
Oh, that's what we get for playing on the test server.
Interesting.
Do you want to hop back in there?
Yeah.
Hop back in and do one more match?
Yeah, let's do one more match.
Wow, look at that, guys. This is
I've
why we're
never
doing
been
testing.
kicked off the test server before.
It happens.
I
It's
bet a bunch
okay.
of people are playing right now.
I mean, we'll see if we can get back in. If we don't, we'll end it. I think people still saw it, but otherwise, I would love to see another match.
Are there any final questions that people in chat have about Hammy the Hamster? Does anyone just have sort of, internalized screaming that they want to make external?
Some people are asking if he's like definitely hit scan or if it's kind of Orisa where it feels like there's a little bit of travel time. I don't remember if Orisa's hit scan. I don't think so.
It feels a
There's
little bit like Diva.
There's a little
It feels
bit,
a lot
yeah.
like Diva.
You were making that comparison a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It feels a lot like Diva. I think the grappling hook is potentially the most interesting aspect of this character. I'm kind of shocked that made it in.
I think it could be really a nice way to get a tankier character into some less than like traditional places.
I think it's going to be a great initiator, just like, oh, I don't know if you guys have seen New Horizon yet, but we're going to check that out. I think it's going to be a great initiator, just like, here's me trying to insta-lock Roadhog. Just like Winston's jumping move.
Right. So we're getting more players coming in.
Yeah, so this is Hammy the Hamster's home base.
I like the change with the moon dust there.
Yeah, it looks beautiful here.
There's
honestly.
a lot more happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Gives the map a little bit more character.
God, his eyes are just black pits.
Some people are saying they don't have many questions. Somebody's asking when's the Miley Cyrus skin, which
there are no skins for this character
there's no
live on the PTR
no
yet.
cosmetics right now?
No, not yet.
That's a bummer.
I am not ready to process that personally.
I don't know what they're going to be like at all. Definitely fun mechs.
Yeah, what do you do with this guy? I mean, they did some really cool stuff with Diva.
Make him pilot a giant enemy crab or something weird.
It's a hamster. Sorry,
Yeah.
I know I said that already.
But the hamster could pilot a crab.
It's just a hamster.
I know, like when you see it in the character select screen, it really starts to hit home. When you see them all scurry right there, it really starts to hit home too.
Look at him. It's like he's in a big bathtub.
I would pinch those cheeks though. But also, it does look like it's.
He's supposed to be like evil and sort of guileful,
Yeah.
because his whole thing is that he strapped himself to Winston's escape ship / pod when Winston was leaving Horizon Lunar Colony.
Somebody's wondering, and it's a fair question that I don't think we have the answer to, of whether or not he can break May's wall. And I think they probably mean when in the Wrecking Ball charged mode, because obviously bullets would be able to.
Oh yeah.
That'd be interesting. And Wrecking Ball doesn't have a timer,
Ooh,
right?
I'll
It's
see
just like
that.
it's just like a toggle, huh?
It's kind of fun. It has a cooldown,
Yeah,
but
but
I've noticed that you put a certain amount of stress on it, and then
you can kind of maybe get knocked out.
right.
Okay.
Should I just like bowl my way in there right now?
I mean, right now it's pretty. Oh, that could have been fun. Somebody's saying he's not necessarily evil. I don't know.
That's true. Not necessarily evil. I think I said guileful.
The promotional video showed him sort of fighting like gladiator battles in Junkertown. Which, by the way, Junker Queen, anytime soon, Blizzard.
Yeah,
I want
love
that.
some Junker
I want. There's some other Overwatch agents that have always been like shown in the background of things on like computer screens or whatever. I kind of want even more of those folks.
Yeah,
Man,
I guess
Junker
part
Queen.
of the issue with this is that there's so much other stuff people want on it.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, another good question, May related, would be: do you think that May can freeze him while in the Wrecking Ball mode? I don't think we know.
We don't know. I haven't encountered anyone playing May yet.
There's a lot
because
of,
everyone's just sort of trying to deal with this right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of unknown factors. My Overwatch, your Overwatch, whatever it's called again, will probably have some sort of video. Like, all sorts of people will try and do their debunker and myth videos.
Guys, come on.
There's a lot of folks on your case.
Yeah, but we could have gotten those kills. They were pretty weak.
Do we know how high his health ends up going when he's next to everybody? Like, if there's 6 people, does he go to like 1,500?
Yeah.
How much? Do we know how much he gets every like per person he's near for his shield?
No, that's not something I know.
I'm a little curious. We don't necessarily have numbers as much. We've been just sort of playing and getting used to movement and some of the basic abilities.
Wait, get on point, get on point, get on point, get on point. Yeah.
Can his ultimate be used with symmetric turrets? I don't think you could probably send a mine through the not the turret, excuse me, through the teleporter. That seems like it would be wild.
That would be amazing.
I don't like.
Oh, C9.
I don't know if it would work like that though, because you have to. The new teleporter requires an interact prompt, right?
Yes, it does. So what are you saying?
I don't know. Can you shoot stuff through Symmetra's teleporter? I always forget
can.
now. That's right.
That was something I was kind of excited to see whether people did, because you can shoot diva bombs through Symmetra's teleporter.
Even with the changes, I have not had as many people that I've played with play Symmetra that I'm as familiar with that skill set anymore. Oh no.
That's a good thing to know. So if you do the slamming move into these guys, you'll see you're not totally protected.
No, you're still gonna get wailed on there.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that he has the same HP in the mech and out of the mech.
Oh, you mean like in different? They don't get more when he's in like the ball mode or whatever. I can kind of see it, right? Because it's not like he's entering into a new robot or something.
Yeah, but you think about roly-polies, you know those bugs? Come on. Those bugs, right? And they have like an armored...
Yeah, no, I guess I kind of do.
Are you serious? Like those bugs that when you poke them, they kind of roll up just like this?
Yeah. And then they kind of go away. I don't know what they're called. Actually, wow, the way that you're shooting those mines there, they seem a little bit more robust than I was expecting.
Pretty robust.
That's actually surprising to me.
Oh, it crashed again.
Test server. So what are we thinking? Call it quits there? Try and do one more match? Up to you.
It really seems like Hammy the hamster.
I think Hammond wants
AKA
to be left alone for a while.
Break. Yeah. I think it's time for him to bury himself in a big pile of wood chips and suck on a water bottle.
Whoa. I don't know. That sounded more dire at first, of like bury himself.
Nope, just normal.
Just kind of chill.
Hamster
okay.
Stuff. So
that was that for now. It's on the PTR, and
we don't know when.
Yeah.
Overwatch's 28th hero Wrecking Ball will be released widely
to the public.
However, we would love to hear what you guys think about them on our site.
Yeah, sound off in the comments or head to Cecilia's article about this. Let us know your thoughts about this weird hamster lad. I am in awe of the size of this lad. It's an absolute unit.
Very big boy.
Very big. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Have a great day.
Yeah. Bye.